Welcome to Guide to Survive. The world is a big, beautiful place, full of incredible and breathtaking sights and experiences. It's also doing everything it can to kill you, and so that's where this program fits in. Before you venture into the great outdoors, you need to learn about all of the terrifying and mystical creatures that lurk in the woods, knock on your window, and hide in your toilet. With this guide, you'll learn how to identify a would-be assailant, analyze its strengths and weaknesses, and deal with it effectively. By the end of your training, you'll be ready to take on any creep or cryptid that crosses your path. So here's to you, and the great adventure that lies ahead. Let's begin.
Target analysis. Name: Skinwalker, Yi Naldushi, he who goes on all fours. Class: Parasapien, witch. Habitat: most commonly close to the Navajo Nation and other Native American reservations. However, they can be located anywhere across the United States. Lifespan: unknown. Strengths: shapeshifting, possible possession and or telepathic abilities, knowledge of magic and potions, superior strength and speed. Weaknesses: hearing their true human name, weapons dipped in white ash, and cannot enter a home without an invitation. Overall threat level: 8. Behavior: almost perfect in appearance. One could be completely forgiven as to believe they are real animals. Perhaps a little pale, certainly compared to the others you've seen, but nothing out of the ordinary. That is, until you begin to notice its behavior. Odd and unsettling, in the way it moves and sounds. Deep from within the ancient and secretive Navajo legends comes one of the most infamous cryptids to plague unsuspecting souls. The Yi Naldushi, he who goes on all fours, or as they are more notoriously named, Skinwalkers. Far different from the nurturing purposes of medicine men and women who play a positive role in their respective communities, these men and women who practice witchcraft and have broken a great taboo, committing evil acts in order to sever what ties to their humanity remains. This earns them the title of Antigene, witch. Those who commit the worst of crimes, such as murdering a blood relative or necrophilia, will earn the title of Klitziati, pure evil. From here a ceremony is held, which is used to curse their bodies and spirits, and become a Yi Naldushi. The dark powers gained from such taboo magics allow for these skinwalkers to... Now what the hell is that? Honestly, it's like I run a bloody daycare. These little monsters running around making a mess.
Okay, that should keep the brain busy for a while. Now, let's see. Skinwalkers? Good. Research isn't too bad, but we can always make it better. Hello everyone, I'm TIMESIX, and I'll be taking over this guide to survive while Jar is away. So you want to know about skinwalkers, how to identify them, and what to do if they see you. Well, I might be able to improve your chances. Let's get started. It's just an animal, right? Famous last words for the unprepared. It's true that skinwalkers are almost perfect at changing their forms. The physical appearance is uncanny, and they can perfectly mimic voices of both animals and humans. But there are 3 signs to watch out for that let you know that you are dealing with a skinwalker: color, eyes, and motion. It's commonly known that while a skinwalker will look physically perfect as an animal, they are also understood to appear white in color. Now obviously this isn't so strange in the wild, but It is when you apply this with the strange gleaming eyes of the animal, and its unnatural movement and behavior, such as a quadruped walking on two legs over long distances, or an herbivore devouring another animal. You can be sure that what you're seeing is no ordinary animal. In their bestial forms, they are far stronger, faster, and more resistant to harm than humans, chasing down any in order to tear apart those unfortunate enough to enter their sight. Its dark and terrible abilities are used to torment its victims' mind, body, and soul. A skinwalker, while most commonly seen as animals native in Navajo lands, such as coyotes, they are actually able to change into any animal that they choose. So, be honest. How creeped out would you be if you were just wandering the desert and saw an emperor penguin just staring at you? Speaking of eyes, Navajo lore warns to avoid making eye contact with these creatures. If the eyes are the windows to the soul, the skinwalkers have a way of breaking through them, causing a target's body to freeze with fear. From here, the skinwalker is able to feast upon their victims. It is also said that they can possess bodies by the same means, though to what end isn't known outside of the Navajo Nation. In fact, the Navajo Nation is highly secretive when it comes to sharing information about skinwalkers with us outsiders. In fact, they will avoid discussing such things altogether if they can. There is good reason for this, as it is believed that even mentioning the name Skinwalker will lure them to you. So, I hope you got your earplugs in. Now, there are a few ways to survive skinwalkers, but they're a little hard to do, especially if it's a happenstance encounter. I personally have some key information that you should know. It's a well-kept secret. Don't ask me how I got it, but it just might help you, should you ever, encounter one of these things. So listen closely. If you ever come into close proximity to a skinwalker, you need to... that's too bad. Looks like the brain's coming back. Well, it's been fun. You take care now and remember what I said. I gotta get out of here. And with any luck, the secret tunnel is still unguarded. Maybe.
Well, he obviously didn't set himself on fire, did he? Now, I still have work to do, so you figure it out and keep quiet about it. Right, where was I? Ah, yes, magical powers, that's it. I could have sworn I had more pages than this. Well. While less physically threatening in their human forms, the skinwalkers are still just as dangerous. It is said that they are able to cast cruel spells, curses, or use charms in order to instill fear and draw out any suffering they wish to inflict on their victims. Additionally, they can create strong poisons such as corpse dust, which is deadly when inhaled, instilling a seemingly allergic reaction of swelling and convulsions, or using human bone dust to cause what would appear to be natural deaths such as heart failure. While in their human forms, they can be identified by their exceptionally hairy bodies and eyes that gleam, much the same as they do in their animal forms. Originally, a pelt was worn while in human form. This would allow the transformation to take place. However, as the years have gone on, the skinwalkers seem to have found a means of changing without the need for this physical stimulant. This is a clear sign of how those who practice such malevolent magics have adapted their works in order to increase their power, as well as better blend in while unchanged. A crutch to staying hidden, any injuries sustained while in animal form will pass over to their human form and vice versa. This indicates that while a skinwalker is certainly difficult to injure, this is to compensate for an uncompromised healing factor. As such, in theory, they will heal as fast or as slow as a regular human. As far as weaknesses are concerned, there are 3 known methods to combating a skinwalker. Firstly, weapons. Both melee and bullets dipped into white ash will kill a skinwalker in any physical confrontation. Secondly, a Skinwalker is unable to enter a home unless invited. Vampire rules. And thirdly, saying their true human name. Rumpelstiltskin rules. It is said that hearing this will cause the Skinwalker to die over a period of days. The danger these beings pose truly cannot be understated. Their practices of such dark and terrible magics are so feared and reviled that they are only spoken of rarely and with great reluctance, truly out of fear that merely speaking of them will draw a Skinwalker towards you. But while their origins may come from within the Navajo Nation, their spread has not been so restrictive. Those who practice such abominable taboos have seemingly stretched out across the United States, and perhaps even further. So, whether you're braving the deserts, forests, mountains, or swamps of that mighty land, be on your guard. For the wilderness is a dangerous place, and not everything is as it seems. Stratagem. So, here's the scenario. You fool! You've wandered straight onto Navajo lands without even realizing. You're out in the desert, the sun going down, and unfortunately for you, you're not alone. Nearby, you hear a strange call, like that of an animal, only distorted. As you look around for the source, you notice something. An animal. It's just staring at you. For a moment, you think little of it, until it stands up on 2 legs. It's a Skinwalker, and it begins moving towards you. Your plan of attack. Firstly, burn it. I'll be completely honest with you, I have no idea if this will work or not, as it seems like these shifty bastards have a hard time embracing death. But, if you have any flammable substances on you, and a means to ignite it, then I say go for it. Fire is a non-stop source of death in most instances, and let's be fair, if it does survive, it kind of deserves to at that point, so don't be selfish. Secondly, home run. There has to be a house or something around here. Try your absolute best to escape the Skinwalker and get inside. It won't be able to enter, and you can make yourself at home while you wait for it to leave. Sorted. Thirdly, name game. I hope you're familiar with the locals and Navajo names in general, because you're going to have to go through each and every one until you guess correctly, and it dies slowly as a result. Fourthly, ash attack. What luck! You have a weapon of undistinguished description handy. Use it against the Skinwalker and destroy it for good. Or scare it off if you feel iffy about ending the existence of a highly dangerous, bloodthirsty, malevolent monster. I completely understand. Fifthly, outstanding work. But we must never speak of this again, lest more come to seek you out. Pop quiz! Question number 1. Are Skinwalkers able to change into multiple animals? Answer, yes. A Skinwalker may change into any animal it wishes. Question number 2. Is it true that Skinwalkers are strictly male? Answer, no. Skinwalkers can be both male and female. Question number 3. Is it impossible to distinguish between an animal and a Skinwalker in animal form? Answer, no. While in animal form, a Skinwalker looks almost perfect. However, there are some characteristics which give it away, such as glowing eyes and unusual behaviors. Question number 4. Will a skinwalker only pose a threat in animal form? Answer: no. Skinwalkers in human form are known to utilize magic and poisons in order to curse and or kill their targets. Question number 5. Can skinwalkers be found outside of the Navajo Nation? Answer: yes. While skinwalkers are most common within Navajo lands, they are widespread across the United States, and perhaps even further. If you scored 0 to 1, then you're dead, and that's the skinny on you. If you scored 2 to 3, then you might be alive, but only by the skin of your teeth. And if you scored 4 to 5, superb work. That was no skin off your nose. Conclusion. Excellent work. I'd say you're ready to get out there and face whatever challenges plot against you. And if you're not, then don't worry. You can re-watch these survival guides as much as you like. And they're non-refundable. I'm very proud of the progress you've made, and I know you're going to take the future in your stride. I've got a good feeling about you, Animorphs. Wow, I used to watch a lot of crap. Good luck, and don't die.